Story of senecio. Senecios are the plants that occur at 15,000 feet on Mt Kilimanjaro. How one plant gave me a new twist, new direction in life. I had watched a show on senecios on a Nat Geo, the National Geographic channel. 1 hour devoted to one plant. And that 1 hour changed my life. The story of senecio goes that this is a plant that thrives at the height of 15,000 on Mt Kilimanjaro. At this height, most of the plants are tiny, 1 foot, 2 foot the most, because there is ice in the glaciers on the Mt Kilimanjaro. But when it melts, the water just runs off on the slopes, not really staying too long for the plants to capture it. And the extremes of weather, the wind, the cold, all these things play a major role affecting the growth of the plants. Most of the plants are very short, but the surprise is the senecio. They grow to be almost 30, 40 feet. They almost become like a tree when the height is concerned. The secret of their survival and thriving is in their leaves. They grow the leaves, but once the leaves are dead, they don't shed them. They just droop down, become brown, and at that height there is a fog, the mist coming from the ocean, and these leaves get saturated into this mist, and through that they collect the water and they supply to the parent tree of senecio. This is a very unique mechanism, and these senecios are never found anywhere else in the world. So as soon as I saw this deep inside, I developed tremendous respect for the tenacity that these trees had shown, not to just survive but thrive in the adverse conditions. Made me realize that life may be full of struggles, but if you have tenacity within you, you can not only bypass, rise over any kind of challenges in life. Consciousness has created an outlet, a mechanism to come and rise above the challenges of life. And that's your tenacity. The tenacity comes from your inner strength, where you could be connected to your inner consciousness. So it happened to be one of my friends, a patient, came to see me. He was sick, having cold. And he says, "Doc, take care of this for me, please. I have to go climb Mt Kilimanjaro." And suddenly I remembered the story of senecios. So I said, I'll take care of you if you take me to Mount Kilimanjaro with you. He was surprised because they had been preparing for 6 months and they were living in 3 weeks. He said, Doc, it needs a lot of training. I said, don't worry about it. I want to see the senecios. And I joined their expedition. It was a wonderful journey. Very unique, memorable experience. Good company. And as we kept on climbing, we went through several levels, several different ecosystems. We went above the tree lines where everything disappeared. All the plants started fading. We went through the fog, the rain, various kinds of weather, very cold, temperatures down to 20 degrees. And all of a sudden, at 15,000 feet, senecios came. My lifetime dream came alive. I became emotional. The tenacity of this plant had appealed me so much. I hugged the tree. I kissed the tree. I bowed down to the tree. My journey for the Kili was over. And jokingly I told the friends, you guys can go. My journey is over. I don't care about reaching to the summit at 20,000 feet. But of course, I did go to the summit. It's one of the most memorable journeys in my life. Was because of this one beautiful plant showing its tenacity. Tenacity is a word that we all utilize. But until you know your inner consciousness, its true meaning starts becoming alive. As you meditate, you go within and you start looking around within your mind, your thoughts, your ideas, your identifications of your possessions, friends, relatives, even your body. And you observe them through your witnessing power. Just witnessing. Things start becoming clear. Whatever has been changing, you neglect it. Money has come, money has gone. Parents come, parents go. Friends, at one time, you felt inseparable relationship with them. They are gone. Different country, different situations. Relatives come, relatives go. Days come, days go. You see change everywhere. And you apply the same awareness to your body. Body has been 5-year-old, 15-year-old, 20-year-old. Every day, every minute, every second, the body is changing. The key thing is to disidentify yourself with something that is changing. How can you be the one that is changing? By believing yourself to be your body and your mind, which includes your beliefs, thoughts, ideas, which are changing all the time. the success of meditation relies on perseverance, which ultimately pays off by remaining steady. A clarity starts coming in where your awareness remains where it is, and it is aware of your body, your mind, and the rest of the world. And all that is changing. Little by little, you realize the staying power is only with the consciousness. Consciousness never changes. It remains as it is, steady, bright, infinite, ever alive. But the body changes. Hairs come, hairs go, skin wrinkles. Everything about the body changes. Your ideas, beliefs change. You talk to people, you learn few things. You learn new things and your old ideas change. News change. Rains come, snow comes. All that is like a tree. But the inner consciousness are your roots. You chop off the whole tree, a new tree comes up, as long as your roots are strong. The roots are deep down into your consciousness. That's where the tenacity is studied down, deep down within you. This is where the will to survive, will to thrive is hidden. And that's what that senecio showed me. And it helped me a lot on my spiritual journey. Tenacity is there because of this consciousness, which is shashvat, which is permanent. And it's always here, and it will be always there. But we have created wrong identifications over the period of many lives. We have relied on our body, which is constantly changing. So naturally, sufferings are gonna come because we're gonna develop the likes and dislikes, and likes will disappear, dislikes will come, and the stress and the anxiety, the pampering of the body will be required. Running after the objects of pleasures will be required. All these things is a game we have to continuously play if we believe that we are the body and we are the mind. But when you disidentify yourself, you realize your own consciousness, which is shashvat. The tenacity comes in life. Will to survive is there. Maybe behind the tenacity, there is a hint that you are indestructible, because you are not the body which will be destroyed, but you are the consciousness which cannot be destroyed. Nainam chedanti shastrani. Weapons cannot destroy it. Nainam dahati pavaka. fire cannot destroy it. Na cha kledyanti apoho, water cannot make it wet. Na cha sushyati marudaha, dry winds cannot dry it. The consciousness is above all the material forces, all the physical forces. This is where your tenacity is deeply seated. Go within, meditate, find your root, and in the root you will find the tenaciousness of the senecio. This is where you remain deeply seated, unaffected by the world events, successes, failures. Everything doesn't mean anything, because you are indestructible. Have a good day.